My name is Chris, and welcome to the Camperdan Files. So I wanted to bring you guys in closer to show you what brings us under the hood of our R50 here this evening. So we've been seeing some leaking of battery acid here. Now this battery is well under its warranty. I've tried getting it replaced at Walmart. They refused to replace it mainly because it's holding a charge and it's working correctly. However, the corrosion, they said that's not something that they would normally replace a battery for. They said it would have to be leaking, and I said, well, look at it. I mean, we can see the evidence. But they said no, it pretty much has to be leaking to the point where it's running and cascading down the sides of the battery. So we're not there yet, and I don't think I want to wait for that to happen, because I mean, just look at the carnage. Anyway, the main issue here is our negative battery terminal. Coming out of work, going to crank my truck, have my clutch depressed all the way to the floor, and nothing. Dash lights flickering, you know, all of the various warning lights flickering, and that was all I got. So I got jumped and I was able to make it home. It took me more than 10 minutes to drive home, and still couldn't start on its own. So took the battery to Walmart thinking that it was a dead battery. So long story short, once Walmart told me that the battery was actually fine and it was still showing all of its cold cranking amps, in this case 700, I went ahead and asked the auto department guy where I could find one of these, found it, and purchased it. It's relatively inexpensive too. If you don't have one of these, I definitely recommend getting one. This is the time of year, guys, where battery issues like to rear their ugly head. Whether it's the battery being bad, you have a bad alternator, you know, something not working correctly, or in this case, just lack of maintenance. My battery's not very old. This is actually the first time that I've had to deal with corrosion on any one of my vehicles. And my Ultima has the same thing going on with its battery, and it too was purchased at Walmart. This battery was purchased in January of 21. So not old, not very old at all. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and remove the battery, and we'll get it disconnected, remove our battery hold down here, and we're gonna go ahead and service this thing. So stick around. Tool acquired. Just a little 10mm here. I prefer to remove the negative first. So I'm going to remove that. Shove that down in the way. I'm going to come over here and loosen up our positive. Yeah, you guys may hear some music. One of my neighbors has a mariachi band. Every now and then they'll come over and practice, and then they also just have like jam sessions. Sounds like they might be having one right now. Doesn't bother me, it keeps me entertained. Lay that on top of the plenum there. And let me reach this guy out. So for this job, we have a can of CRC battery cleaner with acid indicator. I'll put a link in the description for this. So all we're gonna do is just simply take this and we're gonna bathe this thing. I'm gonna turn it around to our main problem area so you guys can see this thing in action. Yep, we're just gonna do a nice bath, and already you can see, you can already see it. I believe it turns purplish when it does come into contact with the battery acid, and right away it's pretty much showing us where this battery is leaking. So yeah, change colors instantly. Again, per the instructions there. If it changes colors instantly, that indicates that acid is present. See? It says if any acid is present, foam will turn pink. And it also says if the acid is present, to go ahead and let it soak for a few minutes. So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit there, and then I'm gonna spray this with some water. All right, garden hose acquired. And I think we're gonna wanna apply it one more time. I'm not satisfied with what I'm seeing on the right side of the battery there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that with a secondary coat, and then I'll bring you guys back. Wow. Okay, so I stand corrected. This is our secondary pass, and I'm not seeing any change in color. So I guess it's safe to say that this thing will get it in one pass unless your battery is a complete mess. Well, we're gonna let this sit for 2 more minutes and see if we have any developments. So while we're waiting on our battery there, we're gonna redirect our attention to the battery ring terminals. Now I've already done this, but I'm just doing it again just so I can give you guys a visual illustration on what needs to be done, and then also just to get any contaminants that were left behind, because I didn't have the neutralizing spray. I actually just got it in the mail yesterday. Here's our tool. I'm gonna open it, and we're gonna use this little wire brush here, and we're just gonna go into the terminals and just work this back and forth, forwards and backwards. This, in my case, it shouldn't take much because, like I said, I had already given them some attention. The positive ring terminal wasn't a problem. My negative definitely was, though. That's where all the buildup was. As for the same for the battery. Yeah, this one we got pretty good last time too. I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see the progress that we've made. So here's the positive. And again, this one wasn't a problem at all. As you guys can see, there's nothing there. Like nothing at all. I mean, even on the exterior, everything is like it should be. When you look at the negative, you can see the buildup here on the side of the ring, and that's just from the acid getting at this thing. But just look at the inside of the ring terminal itself. We went down the bare copper there, so I think this should be good. Ever since I cleaned it with this cleaning kit here, the truck hasn't failed to start. It's been more than 2 minutes and we still haven't had any change in color here, so I think we're good. We're gonna go ahead and give that a final rinse here, dry it off, and put it back in the truck. Just gonna come in with some paper towel. water comes off the handle there. I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit there, let it dry off, and then we'll go ahead and put it back in the truck. So while we wait on our battery to dry off there, I'm just gonna come in here with a cheap little Harbor Freight wire brush. Yeah, you could just see the corrosion just flying off of this thing. That's all you really need right there. So while waiting on this to finish drying, I'm just gonna come in here again. And I'm gonna clean these top posts. Again, I already cleaned them, but I'm just gonna give them a quick once over. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just to do it, especially since we're already here. There. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and put this back into my R50. Alright guys, so I was able to get things all squared away. Everything's nice and tight and secure. We have one more component to put back on here. Just a sec. There. I have a little bit of bonus footage. So that wet spot that you see there, that's, I guess you could say, the battery venting. But I mean, just look at that. And Walmart says that this is not a warranty issue. And they said it has to be cascading down the side of the battery. See, look at the lip there. Moisture there too. Right? And then you can actually see here where it's starting to corrode the metal that makes up my battery hold down. But that checks out. That's fine per Walmart. They said that that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. So here are those little pads. Here's a red one for the positive, and here's a black one for the negative. Now, as far as my posts go, you can see they're still clean and shiny. And this battery is actually older, I want to say by a year and a half, almost 2 years older than the one that's in my R50. Man, I think the sticker is where we can't see it. Oh, there it is. You probably can't see it, but I can. It's that sticker right there. But it says 1 of 19. Some people could say that that's normal. I don't deem it to be normal. You don't want this stuff getting all over your engine bay. I mean, it destroys everything that it comes into contact with metal-wise. And I'm showing you proof right here. And you guys already seen what the battery in my R50 looks like. Now, for this one, it too is gonna get the same treatment. We're gonna spray it down and clean it. All right, guys, so there you have it. Again, just some simple routine maintenance on your battery will help things to go a long way. Don't be a victim. Do something about it. It'd be better to do it preemptively. But if you happen to come across a starting issue with your truck or any vehicle that you're driving right now, just check and make sure that we have proper connection. Make sure that everything's clean and tight. If you've done those checks and everything checks out, the next thing to do is to get your battery tested and then go from there. this video was helpful, go ahead and give us a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.